Let's talk about this throne speech, which was about 30 minutes long. And basically, after we just had our election with a liberal minority, with Mark Carney as our prime minister, he basically opened up the 45th parliament,
Right.
right? It's tradition in Canada that usually the head of state, and usually it's not the king or queen, it is usually the crown's representative,
Hmm.
shall we say, the governor general, who opens with a throne speech.
Yes.
This time it was the monarch himself.
Yes.
So, what are your 2 cents about what occurred and what it actually means as a historic moment for Canadians and for you, David?
Well, I first of all, I think you got it right. I mean, it is very rare to have the head of state, our head of state, whose main residence is in the UK, to have a visit to Canada to open Parliament. We haven't seen that since '77, and before that, it was 62, I believe it was.
1977, actually. It's only the
1977 was the
third
last
time.
one. That's correct.
Yeah.
And then from there, for me, it was is quite a no-brainer. And I've often asked the question why the prime minister hasn't done this previously. And in fact, throughout our history, we've had princes that were governor generals up until Madame Sauvé, I think it was. And after that, we never had anybody from the royal family. Yeah, it's been a long time coming, and it's rather something that was a bit of a treat, actually, if you want to look at it from another point of view, as he is not only the head of state, but he's also commander in chief of the armed forces. So that, from time to time, these are the things that these cohesive things are very important to stand out. Now, I know that in the last several years, going back, I would say I've given it a good 50 years, we've put a lot of emphasis on our natural born governor generals. I understand that entirely, and they are the representative of the monarch. But in these unprecedented time, as you know from what's going on, I'm thrilled. I'm absolutely thrilled that Carney had this connection with the household himself, his brother working in Kensington Palace, and he thought this is the best time ever to get the king to come over. And I hope we get more of these instances. But the speech from the throne, for me, represents everything that makes us different in North America. And there's no denying it. I mean, that's part of our history, and a lot of people don't really understand that. And unless it's put into your face, no one's going to care. So I'd go back to the teachings of Machiavelli. Machiavelli said quite plainly 500 years ago, if you don't live in the territory you conquer, you're destined to lose it. I'm not necessarily saying we're going to get rid of the monarchy, because that in Canada is relatively impossible, but it is important to be seen. So yeah, this was incredibly important.